People of the internet, my name is Jagero, and this is Dialogues with Jagero, and we are running a series called The Pleasure Principle with sexologist Mr. Maurice Matheka. He doesn't like the word Mr., but he's a master. The thing that we want to talk about today, so welcome everyone. The thing we want to talk about today is the lack of foreplay, mostly in marriages. Yeah? Sometimes I feel like marriages, you have said it lots of times, that the obligatory nature of marriage.
Yes, of sex in marriage.
Sex in marriage, where you say, let's agree and write a memorandum of understanding that we are going to be having sex 3 times in a week.
Imagine.
Or 6 times
4.
in a week. Or 4.
It's ridiculous.
Then somebody has been shouted down by the boss. They're feeling angry. They're feeling down. They're feeling hurt. And at the end of the day, they must have sex. I can imagine.
It's dreadful.
It's dreadful.
Yes. Obligational sex is just boring. It's
Talk
tedious.
About it.
It's tedious. I'm glad you came up with the whole angle with foreplay. The truth is, and I'm going to use the word you like using, it's going to be a scandalous episode.
Yeah.
The truth is, there's a lot of foreplay happening outside marriage than in the marriage. And basically what I'm saying is there's a lot of married people who achieve to gain some foreplay stimulus out there in the wider world of Naivashas and Nyanyukis and Dianis than they're having in their own homes. And it's based on, one, the sexual energy at home is very low. The seductive and lustful energy is very low. But out there, people are using all manner of things. Guys are using cuffs. Guys are using yogurt, nipples, and licking it off each other. Obviously, there's the use of things like chocolate, different types of creams, even like the rice cookies with a bit of like paste on it. Like people have used peanut butter.
What do they use these things for? You are just throwing these things, but you're not telling us how they're used.
I was getting there. I was just first listing them. Then there's also things like whipped cream. They're basically, for example, if it's yogurt, she's lying there or he's lying there, and then you dot the person with the yogurt or with the peanut butter. And then once you dot, it's like when we were kids, when you're told to basically link the dots and then the dots form an animal or whatever it is. And that's what you're doing. You're dotting each other with all these things that are edible. And then you're going from one dot to another, licking it off somebody's body. So by the time you move from this dot to where the nipple is, or pass through the neck and the nipple, and you go to this particular area here in the middle, which can be the vagina or the penis, then you go to the knee, then you go to the toes. By the time you work your way back up, whoever you are stimulating, whether they're a man or woman, they're so turned on. They're thinking, this is the most amazing feeling ever. But they're getting that when they're in Nakurus and Naivashas and stuff like that. That's where people are dominating each other and having the interest of this energy of, wow, this is amazing. Some even use whiskey. Like, can I just dribble a few tots on you and make sure that we cover all the areas and we don't waste any liquid on your body. Just lick it all off. People are having this, but not in their homes. Why? Because of that obligational nature of sex at home, rather than it being, can I seduce you on Monday? Because by Thursday, you need to be ready for me. Or by Wednesday, who knows? Or even tomorrow, who knows? But we have this seductive nature that always has an opportunity to build up to something that creates some good energy for us to be lustful. So you're having peanut butter and stuff like that. Do you like peanut butter by any chance?
I do like.
Try and picture.
I do like the one without sugar. There's a lot of sugaring of peanut butter.
Cool. Now just think of the one. Think of the one you like, the peanut butter you like, and think of it being smeared by a woman on your member. The entire thing is covered in peanut. and she tells you, now I'm going to soak it in my mouth, and she licks it off, whether it takes 10 minutes, half an hour, it doesn't matter, but she's just there working on your member, covered with peanut, the one you like, the one that has no sugar. Just imagine that.
If it is for her to lick, then she can have it with sugar.
That's really besides the point. What I wanted you to visualize is when she's doing it, when she's applied it maybe on your nipples or maybe on your testicles, and she's licking it all off. She might even throw in some marmalade. Who knows, man? Maybe she's freaky like that. But that, you see, that fun-based sexual play between two grown-ups, it's not happening in homes. It's just very unfortunate. And if it is, it's just snippets of...
What is the reason for this? Because everything has a reason. Everything has a psychology. Everything has a science to it.
I think a lot of couples forget how to be playful. There's also the question of, were they ever playful? Sometimes you can't miss something you've never done, or you can't repeat something you've never done. So it's not always that people start on a high. Some people just got together because there were other boxes that they ticked and they felt this is what makes us compatible or nearest to compatibility. But sexuality was not one of them. But for those who were a bit kinkier in the beginning, I think what happens is just life happens. Kids come along, responsibilities, even your perception of one another starts to change. We can't lie that for a lot of men, you start to perceive your woman differently when the energy goes from her being a girlfriend to being a wife. True or false? When she's your girlfriend, I can call you and go, hey, Jagero, let's assume your wife is called Jane. Hey, this time she's your girlfriend. I'm like, Jagero, hey, remember last time we went to Nyanyuki, man? We're planning a trip to Diani, man. Make sure Jane is coming. Then Jagero tells me, don't worry, man. You know how Jane is, man. She's crazy, man. She's the life of the party when she's your girlfriend. But do you think we're going to have that casual conversation when she's your wife? Can I suddenly call you and go like, Jagero, how's Jane, brother? Hey, that woman is crazy. Am I going to have that conversation with you when she's your wife?
But we should.
Sorry?
But we should.
My question is, are we going to have that conversation?
No, you're going to steer off that.
Why?
Because now suddenly she's a woman, she has children. Let's give her the respect she deserves.
She may not even have children, but just because she's earned that title of wife, I then accord you a certain respect. What I always ask is, because we've been friends, I already respect you. Because I could call you and say, hey, how's Jane? That was not disrespectful. But what's happened is we've been taught to add that seriousness to our communique now that she's your wife. The same way if I have a friend who's female and we've been friends for a long time, there's a way she will talk to me now that she's married to Jagero. When Jagero was just her boyfriend, we were easier. But now she'll be like, Maurice, you know we're friends. But now that I'm married to Jagero, I owe it to him to tailor how you and I talk. There's nothing sexual between me and her. Never been. But there's a stiffness to our friendship. Why? Because she's married to you. Isn't that very sad? We don't maintain the same energies. If you and Jane are now married, you're right. I should still be thrilled that first and foremost, she's moved from being your girlfriend to your wife. Now I should even be more confident to go like, now I have reason to remember her name because she's in your life fully.
Maurice, even without talking about sex,
yes,
I think people have put marriage where it's not supposed to be.
I agree, totally.
There is a guy that we were playing FIFA at my friend's house.
Okay.
And I gave him a lift when we were leaving.
Yes.
And there is something that he told me that really broke my heart.
What did he say?
He said that I think I'm just remaining with just about another weekend and I will never play FIFA again. He was telling me that because he was about to get married.
Okay.
So then because he's not married,
he has the freedom.
Yes, he's not gonna like now playing FIFA is going to be like child play. That now
Wow.
married people are not supposed to be playing FIFA.
Wow.
Married people are not even supposed to go and visit other men.
Wow.
You know?
Okay.
And it is strange because in my life, one of the things I've always been very thankful to,
Right.
and I appreciate my wife for,
Good.
is because she has let me be the man that I used to be when I was dating her.
Wonderful. We love this woman. That is good news.
Yeah.
And I wish more couples had that.
Yeah. She allows me to go to my friends who are actually single to play FIFA with them, you know, to laugh with them.
Yes. Why? Because she still knows that the boy in you is what makes you happy. She's a clever woman. She knows how to micromanage you without micromanaging you.
Yeah.
She knows if I let Jagero, the boy in him, be happy, the boy in him will manifest as a man when he's around me. So she's clever.
Yeah.
Yes.
The other thing I've also seen is that people start to, you know, push away their friends,
Yes.
you know.
Which you shouldn't.
Yeah, like now they don't come to your house. My boys come to my house and we play FIFA.
Fantastic.
And my wife cook for them. We laugh together. Sometimes
There you go.
I'm not in the house and I just tell him, my wife is in the house. And I go there in the house and I find them in a very heated exchange.
Yes.
Talking and laughing and saying, no. Yes. No.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Now, Jagero, there are men who would say, how would you allow another man to be in your house while you're not there? I'm against those men. Do you know why? They have sexualized that friendship. True or false? Which shouldn't be. I'm actually happy that you are saying that you find your wife and your friends having a heated debate and you're there, maybe you've got your bag, you put it down, you sit down, you also have a drink or you have something to eat, and it's just a merry energy of friends. That is so beautiful. Why people have forgotten that humans are more than sexuality. I love having my friends over. I love to entertain. I love when it's a mixture of men and women and nothing sexualized. We talk from our politics to Ukraine to Kisumu fish to whatever, and we're just laughing. Nothing serious. So later we can reminisce that, hey, when you came over to my place, and we have game nights where there's a mix of men and women. We team up men and women, and we have a lot of fun. Is anyone trying to katia the other person? No, but we're just having fun. Why people can't live like that? Why people cannot say what you just said, that today I'm a grown-ass man who loves playing FIFA, and guess what? That playing FIFA, it eases your heart, your life, your stresses. Men are stressing in their homes because all they're thinking about is, am I man enough? What are the things that I'm not doing or doing that make me sound more like a boy than a man? And guess what? Every man, regardless of his age, had a 5-year-old that wants to play. So I'm happy that your wife understands that. I'm happy that she's part of the fun, part of the debate, part of the cooking and entertaining. That's amazing. I wish more. We need to be the ambassadors of that kind of display.
What is this fear coming from? The idea that I now need to be a family man. I need to preserve myself. I need not go do childish things.
Yeah, but
where does it come from?
I think it comes from traditions that have been set on how a man should behave. It's very unfortunate that today, if you tell your friends, hey, every Sunday, can we go play football? Hey, we go play football. We watch it, but you want us to go and play when we were kids. Then I'm thinking, these men that you keep following on TV, are they kids? They're not kids. Yet you are cancelling any other meeting just to watch those men following a ball. But when it comes to you
playing that
ball, suddenly it's played by kids. Come on. I think as Africans, we exaggerate what it is to be a grown-up. A grown-up needs to play table tennis, volleyball, paddle tennis, whatever it is, badminton, darts. We need to play. We need to swim. Swimming is not just for children. Swimming is for us as well. We need to have fun. It's important you have fun. First, all this flexing and playing is why some of us will live longer than others. When you crunch yourself and age yourself, dude, I'm 48, and most people don't think I'm 48. Every time somebody has to guess my age, they will go like 39, 38, 40. And I tell them, no, I'm 48. Yet, there are guys who are 5, 6, 7 years younger than me that look 10 years older than me. Why? Because of how they treat themselves. They have a belief system that being a man is always being serious. Being a man is not about playing at you want us to go out and play. No. That's not being a man.
Let's sit down and drink beer and do nyama choma.
Can you imagine? That is so boring. You can't do that all the time. Go out there, play a game, play badminton, whatever, swim. Go play hockey, whatever it is. Just do something other than just trying to display some manhood. That does not mean you're a man. It just means you're lazy. It means you're not creative. It means you're ancient, yet you're younger than me. So, wow, I love that. We should pioneer more men to be able to go out there and play. More women to have the freedom to also meet their girls or their male friends and do whatever it is they do to have fun.
It's very funny that the other day, a friend of mine came to my house and he asked me, "Where is your wife?" I don't know, they went dancing. And she was like, "What?" She went dancing. And you're in the house? I said, yeah.
I mean, was she supposed to be dancing with your legs? That's a very odd question.
It's odd.
I know why they're asking it, but it's odd and stupid. Your wife should go and dance because she likes dancing.
Yeah.
Do you have to chaperone her? Is your wife or are you her dad? I always wonder. Our women, they're not our children. They're not our daughters. I would understand if your daughter was going on prom and you're the dad at the car park waiting, just making sure that your daughter is not picked up by a boy. But yet she's gone to the prom with a boy, and that you're okay because it's prom night. They get to dance a bit, blah, blah, blah. But after that, she needs to be home. I'll understand that. You're her dad. Dad are protective. But this is your woman. It's your wife. When she says, "Babe, do you want to go dancing or can I go dancing?" No, you go dance. That's how we're supposed to live.
By the way, Matheka, some people always think that you can always shepherd a grown up person.
How?
Like, I wanna track him, I wanna know where he is, I wanna do this. I don't think you can.
Okay, there's psychos out there. I meet women who tell me my guy literally calls me every 20 to 30 minutes. And if you check the call log, she's not lying. He calls her every 20 to 30 minutes just to ask her questions that she knows the routine. Where are you? Who are you with? Where are you? Who are you with? You said you were at a meeting. Now you sound like you're somewhere. Yes, I've walked into a supermarket. Oh, you hadn't told me. Wow. Should I tell you when I'm peeing? Should I tell you when I fought? There are guys who are like that. Same as there are women like that. Obsessive. Why? Because they have their own insecurities that they're laying out to the rest of the world.
What are the insecurities?
They live in a world where no one's faithful. And you know why no one's faithful? Because I don't think my partner would be faithful to me because I'm not fun enough. I don't think I'm fun enough. I find other people more fun than me. So I have to track my partner because I don't want him or her to meet people who are more fun. I'm not saying that's what they say. It's what they say to themselves. Your insecurity comes from the fact that you're not confident about yourself. You think everyone is out to get you. You think everyone is out to leave you. Sometimes it comes from a trauma. Somebody left you before. So now that you found new love, you want to hang on to it. But guess what? Your psycho behavior is why your new love could be old love. So if they can realize this is an issue, they need to go and see somebody else who can help them. But it happens. So back to that freedom that you're talking about, that's exciting. Because I get the same thing. I meet people who say, hey, Matheka, I used to love dancing, but I can't dance now. I'm like, why? Is there something wrong with your legs? No. See, I'm married. Okay. Is there a clause in your certificate that says you're not supposed to dance? No, you know what I'm saying. It's even hard to tell your partner you want to go and dance. You'll be asked many questions. So you'd rather not. Wow. Your partner? Is it your dad or your mother? That's not a partner. That's a prison warden. You're in prison. Just go as it is.
How do you begin to let your partner know that, we can always enjoy ourselves?
Yes, but you see, people would rather not poke the bear. People would rather, and that's why people are always told you need to sacrifice. So what are you sacrificing? Who you are. You need to persevere. Persevere with the bullshit that's happening in your life. And that's unfortunately what the majority are living. Are there couples who have the freedom that you have? The freedom that I have? Yes. But we are the minority, not the majority. Today I meet men who will tell me, my wife cannot go out to have a drink without me. I need to police who she's meeting. And I'm thinking, wow, are you that insecure? You do realize people just go out to have a drink, then they come home. Not everyone is planning an escapade. However, your biggest fear is because you plan escapades, not your wife. You can't fear what you don't already do yourself. You weren't told by your friend, next week can you be faithful? No. Most times people fear what they're already doing themselves. And that's very unfortunate. So it's important that you and I become the vessel of give each other freedom. Let me tell you, me time is so important. Me time, first and foremost, strengthens the bond between two people. That freedom your wife gives you, when you're there playing, blah, blah, blah. When you go home to her, I'm sure sometime, without her knowing, you look at her and you go like, you're a good woman. You sometimes make me smile, even when you're not there. When you're playing PlayStation and you're going like, there are men around this world who would never have this freedom. That woman, that's my girl. That's my friend. That feeling is more powerful than love.
What is that feeling if it's not love?
It's friendship. Friendship is far more important than love.
Able explain?
Friendship is, I can argue, but I'll still want you in my space. Look at couples who say they love each other, but in the same breath they'll be like, last month we literally stayed in the same house. We didn't talk to each other for 3 weeks. Picture you and your wife in the same house, 3 weeks, no talking. As in can you imagine somebody you're supposed to love, or you're supposed to love each other, and in the house you're literally sneering at each other. Like why are you even looking at me, please, God? Until 3 weeks are over, when I feel I can forgive you, talk to the hand. That's not love. That's not love. First, this energy that we're giving out, if the two of us cannot talk for 3 weeks, that's malice. That's a buildup of resentment. But a friendship is where you know what? You piss me off, but you're still my girl. Sometimes you're just, their names I want to call you, but you're my girl. The same way she can say, Jagero, sometime, but you're my guy. You and I, we're tight. That's friendship. That's the one unique thing that a lot of couples do not have. And that's why they're throwing plates at one another. And then in the morning, I'm so sorry. Okay, I love you. That's nonsense. That's not love. That's rage. That's resentment. The apology is loving. But how you really feel about one another, it's not. And that's why you find with our friends, we actually manifest more original love with our friends than we do with our partners in the house. With the exception of what you have and what I have, where we just have freedom. The rest is manufactured love. It's not normal.
Why do people manufacture love?
Is it normal for you to be so annoyed with your wife that you disappear for 4 weeks. And either your phone is off or every time she calls, you press reject. Is that love? Please.
It doesn't sound like it.
There you go. There are couples who live that. Then after the 4 weeks, they'll tell you, imagine we made love and we made up and angry sex is good, only for that to be repeated another weekend or another week.
I saw a book. I saw something going on the internet the other day.
Yeah.
That some couple left each other never talked for 5 years or 6 years.
Right.
And then they're now together and they've written a book together. What is your opinion about that?
There are some people who realize what their relevance for each other was after the breakup. I'll give you a very good example. Some of this stuff just happens. You can't make it up.
Yeah.
There's a couple I was mentoring for a while. And at the end of our therapy sessions, they concluded, based on where we've gotten, that the best result for them is to separate, is to divorce, which they did. And that's the best thing about therapy. It's not a super glue. It's for you to profile and analyze whether there is a possibility to make up or there's a possibility to break up. So anyway, they divorced, but something happened almost 2 years later. They had already started seeing people, like you have a girlfriend, she has a boyfriend. And one day she calls her ex-husband and she's like, this might be an awkward conversation, but there's no one else I can tell. The man I'm with right now, my boyfriend, he doesn't seem to touch me in ways that you used to touch me. So can you, as a man, probably direct me on how he can touch me? Now, him being a man, and right now he's not on this is my wife mode. This could have just been a brand new woman. He asked her, so what you're saying is you liked the way I touched you? And then they had this conversation about what broke us off was not sexual. What broke us off is we didn't know how to live as husband and wife. The sexual department was not a problem. How we related in the house when we're not having sex was the problem. So the guy was like, I'll coach you on how to improve with him, but why don't you and I sometimes just be fuck buddies? And she thought about it, and then she called him back and said, yeah, I think that's a very good idea. But now we have to make sure nobody knows. So guess what? 2 people who were once married are now hiding from the world that they are meeting to have sex. They're literally crawling about like 15-year-olds, hiding from their children, from their families, to the point where they cannot meet in Nairobi. They have to drive at least 50, 100 kilometers, do their thing there in separate cars. So, and then the thing is, because I did meet them individually, you would not have thought these people were married and had sex before. They were talking as if everything was brand new. Matheka, the way he was touching me, I think divorce improved our sex life. Because right now she's saying, I really love the way this guy does things. I never want to be in a relationship with him. But I've realized the problem was we got married.
They are born again.
Their compatibility is sexual, but as a family, that unit does not work. And they're not the first. It's just I narrated them because we had so many sessions with them, and they grew to be my good friends as well. But they had this crazy journey, and that's why sometimes you say, sometimes you can never tell what's going to mutate from a bad scenario. And this bad scenario hooked up 2 people. But guess what? They both know that this lustful energy only works for them because they have other partners in their lives.
Interesting.
I know.
This episode is over. The idea of, I hear these days they call it fuck plug.
Fuck plug.
My plug for weed, my plug for
Okay. Oh,
heroin.
plug. Yeah.
It's a very dangerous phenomenon in terms of dating. You agree? You disagree?
Okay, Jagero, I think we both know I'm open to whatever humans get in terms of thrills. I'm not closed off. I never will be. I don't think I've ever been either. So I don't care where you're getting it from as long as it tastes good. That's who I am.
Wow.
As long as it tastes good.
Somebody else's wife, don't care. Somebody else's girlfriend, don't care.
I wasn't at the wedding. I don't know.
So we finished this. Thank you very much, people of the internet. My name is Jagero, and I'm in conversation with Maurice Matheka. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please remember to leave a comment, ask questions, so that if you can comment, you have asked us questions. We will leave Matheka's number in the description below, and you can always directly get in touch with him. All right? Hit on that notification bell. We have our socials, Facebook, TikTok. What else? Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, X. You can always follow us there. Thank you very much. Until another episode. Bye for now.
Take care.